Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show on the Raw Ring Report, we talk about Cody Rhodes. Shortly after the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes declared for the 2024 Men's Royal Rumble. Shinsuke Nakamura decided to knock down Cody Rhodes. You won't believe what he did. And it was last week when Shinsuke sprayed that red mist on Cody. We'll talk about it coming up here on Pro Wrestling Show, Raw Ring Report. Also, too, Drew McIntyre is in action against Sami Zayn. The war escalated between Drew and Sami last week. The Scots Warrior vowed to knock the Spirit Zayn with a Claymore kick. We'll see that coming up as well tonight here. Also, too, another more matches to the galore. Nia Jax taking on Shayna Baszler. These women were both former tag team champions. Queen of Spades, Shayna Baszler, looked to tap out Nia Jax years before, who really proved that she is the top dog in the women's division. We'll talk about that coming up. Also, too, the main event for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Jey Uso taking on Seth Rollins. Seth giving Jey an opportunity of a lifetime to go for the world title. We'll see this and more. And what does Drew McIntyre have to say all about this coming up? All this and more when the Pro Wrestling Show presents the Raw Ring Report. Starts right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show presents the Raw Ring Report. I'm your host, as always, Kendra Dix here. Glad you can join us here on the Pro Wrestling Show presents the Raw Ring Report. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect TV and our digital platforms. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling. Hit the subscribe button if you won't miss a thing. Man, we got a lot to talk about. So we ain't gonna waste no time whatsoever. We're gonna get things kicking and rolling right now here on the Ring Report. To kick things off with this, Seth Rollins and Jey Uso later on tonight. But we kick off Raw with a word of words between Sami Zayn and Drew McIntyre. Sami Zayn trying to defend Jey Uso. After Jey doesn't believe that, Drew doesn't believe that Jey hasn't changed one bit. It cost him everything in the bloodline. I think Sami Zayn wanted to prove a point to him last week that, hey, taking all your frustrations out on the wrong person. You know, maybe people change. And I think Drew McIntyre looking at it like some people have changed, but I haven't changed one bit. I think Drew McIntyre wanted to prove to Sami Zayn tonight that things might not look too clean and look too murky on the outside looking in. I think that's what Drew wanted to prove tonight. Drew wanted to send a message, send a statement. In order way to do so, he had to beat down Sami Zayn. It wasn't nothing but a competitive matchup between the two. Drew McIntyre beating up Sami Zayn during the beginning of the match. Real competitive, but Drew McIntyre found the way to use the Claymore kick. Drew Claymore kick Sami's boots off, won the match, and got some sort of revenge, but that wasn't enough for Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre wanted to take things a little bit further than what he should have. Drew decided to go after Sami in the back, beat him down, headbutted him, and then took his leg out. So Sami might be facing an injury. You don't know how far there's going to be with the injury, but Sami Zayn put a valiant fight, a vicious attack by Drew McIntyre. I don't know why he did what he did. Drew McIntyre sending a message that he wants the World Heavyweight Championship. The only way to get the World Heavyweight Championship, Drew wanted a chance and an opportunity to be world champion. I think Drew McIntyre figured that since Seth Rollins is world champion, he wants a shot at it one more time to make amends at it and make peace at it. But things just didn't go right for Drew tonight. But I think you'll know a little bit later on the show what Drew had did a little bit later. Well, we told you this. This was a match right here. DIY, Tommaso Ciampa and John Gargano taking on the team of Imperium, Giovanni Vinci and I forgot his name. But they was in a 2 out of 3 falls match. The inspirational team of DIY trying to get off the start in the tag team blocking their reunion. But they got to do so against the arrogant Imperium. Imperium following the leader of Gunter. Gunter's trying to tell Imperium, hey, do what you need to do to prove to me that you can beat DIY trying to get some wins. Well, DIY did get some wins over Imperium. Imperium won 1 fall. DIY won 2. So good clinical match for both teams, but I think it was a good showcase for both teams. I think DIY is trying to showcase themselves in the right pecking order of what they want to do going forward. It's gonna probably be down the future them being battling for the tag team titles, but they decided to split the tag team titles down between the Raw tag team titles and the SmackDown tag team titles. They might call it the World or the WWE Tag Team Championship, the World Tag Team titles. Never know. Also, too, the Imperium, not Imperium, but the Judgment Day was in the backstage. They really didn't have nothing really going on. Rhea Ripley was out for some unfortunate reason. Rhea Ripley wasn't on the show tonight. Rhea Ripley probably was handling Judgment Day business. You know that she uh led the fact to Dominic Mysterio and stuff and them. Finn Balor wasn't even there neither. I don't know what's going on with Finn. Finn was out of MIA as well. So it was just Damien, JD, and Dominic Mysterio um role playing with our truth who wants to be a part of Judgment Day. Our truth that already falling into the comedy bit again. That's what name our truth. Our truth know how to make someone laugh with his comedy bit. So hey, I can't knock him. I can't follow. Our truth is a funny man. I tell you that right now. A good wrestler, but a funny man as well. Our truth wanted to fit in, bring a TV and everything you can think of. Our truth trying to fit in where he can get in, but Judgment Day wasn't buying it. Judgment Day saying our truth trying to make it seem like, but Damian Priest issue orders to JD and Dominic to get the job done one way or another, so they can get something done coming up. But taking out their tag team opponents, the Creed brothers, who's next in line for a tag team opportunity shot sooner rather than later for the Creeds. Well, the Judgment Day did go against the Creeds, but they couldn't outlast the Creeds. The Judgment Day lost to the Creed brothers. The Creed brothers gaining momentum, and they're gaining more momentum. I didn't like what comment Jim Cornette said that the Creed brothers are the second age of WWE's version of the Steiner brothers. They are, but they are more than that. If you watch NXT, I've been following the Creed brothers for a long time. I know the Creed brothers are bred to be champions, and they will be champions someday. But we'll see how they're outgoing against the Judgment Day and how this will go out through sooner rather than later. But we could see that being a possibility. The Creeds. Speaking of that, Nia Jax might be entering her next feud. Nia Jax might be going against the man Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch interrupted Nia after Becky Lynch and Nia had word of words. Who can forget a couple of years ago when Becky Lynch got her nose broken by Nia Jax that made her infamous. And then at Royal Rumble when Nia Jax cost Becky Lynch and almost cost her a shot at being in at WrestleMania, but Nia Jax and Becky Lynch may be feuding heading up. Well, Nia Jax had some unfinished business she has taken out a lot of women, including Zoe Starks and Shayna Baszler. But Nia Jax decided that she wanted to take on her former tag team partner Shayna Baszler and make an example out of her. Nia did and did so by doing what she did by Banzai dropping Zoe. I mean, what's her name? Shayna, leaving Shayna to a pup. Becky Lynch came out there. Becky Lynch saying, "Come on, you know you want to fight me. You know you want a piece of me. You know you want to tussle with me. Come on, bring it." That day, Nia Jax wasn't too keen to take her ball and go home. Nia Jax decided to do that. This is what she did. She took her ball and went home. Nia Jax does not want no part of Becky Lynch one way or another. We're probably gonna see this feud going towards Royal Rumble between these two women. I just didn't want no part of Becky Lynch whatsoever. Also, too, we told you last week, um, Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, came out there. Cody decided that he wanted to address the elephant in the room. Last week, Cody did declare that he's going to be competing in the Royal Rumble. Cody wants to do the two-peat. He won it last year. He wants to win it again and punch his ticket to the main event at WrestleMania in order to do so. But Cody has a roadblock ahead of him. That roadblock is Shinsuke Nakamura spraying him with that miss at the way Shinsuke did. And Shinsuke been playing a lot of mind games as late on Cody. Cody Rhodes did not know what was going down tonight. I think Cody set himself up to see what could be the possibilities for him heading up to what he needs to do in order to do what he needs to do. But we saw Cody Rhodes came out there and Cody Rhodes addressed Nakamura. He wanted Nakamura to come out there and challenge him like a man. Cody Rhodes, Nakamura came out there with the TV screen and played with Cody, saying, "Cody, we suffered the same humiliation." I don't know what he's talking about, and I think he's talking about when Cody Rhodes and both Cody Rhodes and Nakamura are both World Rumble winners. Nakamura won it in 2028, 2018. Cody won it last year in 2023. I think Cody Rhodes, Nakamura feel the same sentiment, but Cody does not feel that same sentiment, and Cody wants some answers to why he's doing what he's doing. Even Cody bringing up a WCW legend, the WWE Hall of Famer, the Great Muta, with the Red Mist, saying when he was growing up, he knew about the Red Mist with the stuff, and that was the Great Muta. The Great Muta was known for using the Red Mist on his opponents. The Great Muta did what he needed to do. But Cody Rhodes wanted to elaborate even more what was going down tonight. But Cody Rhodes will get an opportunity to fight Nakamura next week on Raw. It'll be the main event. But I feel like that match should happen at Royal Rumble to build more intrigue. But you never know. They might try to get a match out of two, and then might be setting up for a match at Royal Rumble and how that's going to go between them. But we'll wait and see how that's going to go. Speaking of that, interesting story from main event Jay Uso. Jay Uso shed light of personality profile. I like Jay Uso. Jay Uso kind of reminds me of me. He's an underdog. He kind of was doing bad, doing wrong, and then Jay Uso found the way. He found his way on doing what he needed to do. Main event Jay Uso did that. I think main event Jay Uso kind of emerged that tonight by saying what he needed to say. Main event Jay Uso saying he wants to dedicate his victory to his uncle Umaga. Umaga, who tragically passed away 14 years ago this day. Umaga was a legend. People wanted to say about Umaga. This is what Jay Uso tweeted right here, saying that this right here, December 4th, is this one for you. He meant to say about his uncle Umaga. He was going for the world title. Umaga did go for the world title with John Cena, but Umaga never did go farther in what he wanted to go. Well, Umaga Jey Uso had Umaga in mind. Umaga was in mind tonight. Jey Uso wanted to dedicate his victory, his match to Umaga, and what a fitting tribute. Could main event Jey Uso leave Raw tonight at the end of Raw as the world champion? Uh, I kind of knew that wasn't going to happen. Jey Uso saying that he's going for the world title. He put all his faith into the world title. He wanted to be world champion. He had an opportunity of winning the world title at SummerSlam against his cousin Roman. He was unsuccessful at doing so, where Jey Uso put up a heck of a performance to do what he needed to do, but he couldn't get the job done. Jey Uso came close, but no cigar. Jey Uso lost the match to Seth Rollins. What a highly competitive matchup it was between the two. Jey Uso will be a future world champion. Mark my words. Seth Rollins did the curb stomp to get the win over Jay, and that was it. But that didn't stop there as Drew McIntyre came out of nowhere and attacked both Jay and Seth, leaving both men laying. And they this disgruntled, bitter Drew McIntyre figured some way to get some way somehow to getting the shot at the world title. I think he's gonna get a shot at the world title at Royal Rumble between them. But I think it's going to be a triple threat match between Jay, Seth, and Drew. Who knows? They might do it during the Christmas episode of Raw, or it might lead to a match at Royal Rumble between Drew and Seth heading at Royal Rumble for that rematch and stuff, for the rematch for the world title. So that could be interesting dynamics, but we just have to wait and see how that's going to go. Also, too, we talked about this. We know that Adam Pierce was unsuccessful to get the services of Randy Orton. Adam Pierce tried his best to get Randy Orton onto Raw, but Nick Aldis got the Viper Randy Orton. Randy Orton is now exclusive to SmackDown. So Randy Orton won't be on Raw no more. It was just fitting last week to see him on Raw back after Survivor Series. Now that Adam Pierce now focuses his attention now to tell world champion Seth Rollins that he wants to acquire the services of one CM Punk. Since CM Punk now is a free agent, he can go both shows, but CM Punk must declare what brand he's gonna be exclusive to. Ain't no question about it. CM Punk's going to Raw, and he's gonna meet Seth Rollins for the world title. You can tell you that right now. CM Punk gonna enter the Royal Rumble and declare himself into the main event WrestleMania. That's the one thing that's eluding him. He needs to go in the Royal Rumble and include himself into the match. So we'll see. Well, we know next week CM Punk returns to Raw. What does CM Punk has to say? You know, CM Punk will be in-house at hand on SmackDown. Maybe this might be his final appearance on SmackDown, and we might get the ball rolling for CM Punk on Raw. And we'll see if there's gonna be a bit more this time for Nick Aldis and Adam Pierce for CM Punk services to bring him on to Raw. We'll see that next week. But they're doing stuff like that. But we'll wait and see how this is gonna go. And what does Seth Rollins have to say about all this? When Seth Rollins, if CM Punk does sign with Raw, would Seth Rollins do the same? Want to get CM Punk somewhere out the fruition? Only time will tell on that. And also too, honorable mention as well. Natalia and Kaden Carter and Katana Chance went against trying to go against Natalia now. We know Kaden Carter and Katana Chance gaining for the tag team titles, so we'll just have to wait and see on that. Well, we know next week CM Punk will be returning to Raw, and what CM Punk has to say after his SmackDown appearance, we'll see how that's going to go. Well, that's going to do it for the Raw Ring Report. I've been your host, Kenny G, saying so long. We'll see you tomorrow for the NXT Deadline, NXT Ring Report, or NXT Deadline on the road to NXT. I've been your host, Kenny G, saying so long. We'll see you next time.